more on what went down. I'm joined by Jeffrey Carr. Now, he's the author of Inside Cyber Warfare, Mapping the Cyber Underworld, and joins us from our Seattle studio. What's this about, Jeffrey? Do you think this is about people trying to hack into Emily's Blu-ray, or is there more to it than this?
Yeah, it's a. The fact really is that any type of cloud service has become a preferred target because of the economy of scale. You have millions, in this case, of pieces of data that are valuable or potentially valuable in one place, similar to what happened at NASDAQ and Director's Desk. So a cloud platform is a much more preferred target than maybe just a corporate database would be.
Well, it's intriguing to me the way that Sony's, Jeff, Sony's kind of building their whole business around, not their whole business, but a significant part of their future is built around the idea that we will own the customer. We'll have the customer's data. We're going to have their credit card numbers. We're going to have their information. We're going to watch what they like and offer it across a lot of devices. That whole business plan is out the window, isn't it, if someone hacks into it and steals that data and that data isn't safe and customers don't want to give it up?
It's never safe. I mean, that's really the bottom line. It's never safe. So I think I just heard your reporters say they're going to make sure that this will never happen again. It's impossible. Nobody can guarantee that. Federal government can't guarantee that on their own most secured network. So the bottom line for users is don't put anything out there that you can't afford to lose. And in this particular case, make sure if you are a member of that network that you immediately start changing your everything that might have to do with your username or your password or your email address, or more importantly, that secret question and answer code. Because people tend to be lazy in this regard, and they use the same secret question and answer for everything. And that's an easy way to get somebody's password.
Jeff, I was in your book, which you can't see probably, but I'm shamelessly holding up your book because I've had it sitting on my desk for a couple of weeks now. Yeah, we're here to plug. But seriously, in your book, I think you say something like, there's no such thing as safe, there's just security, that there is no perfectly safe. It's just a measure of risk that a customer wants to be willing to accept, and maybe the levels of security that a company is willing to spend to get.
That's right. So security is basically managing risk. And if you are a user, and you're just sort of a casual user, you're what might fall into a normal group of the population, your risk is relatively low. If you're a member of this network and you also happen to be an employee of the federal government or an employee of a corporation that's involved in high-value research, then your risk goes up. And so that's really how I think users can look at this and gauge their individual status.
Jeff, what does a company do, a company like Sony, which has a lot of resources, what do they do when this kind of hack happens in terms of changing their business practices? Is it a business practice change? Is it throw on a bunch of new security servers, software, or are there fundamental changes that have to happen? And when does that start when something like this happens?
Sony, every corporation has to make sure that they've done as much as possible to provide appropriate security. If Sony did not use encryption on all of its password information and user data, that's a real problem for them. While it's true that you can never be 100% safe, it is also true that you need to provide the appropriate measure of protection for your customers. So Sony's going to need to assure the public that they, first of all, what went wrong, and secondly, what they've done now to correct it. There's still risk, but informed risk is better.
Yeah, all right. Jeffrey Carr, author of Inside Cyber Warfare, Mapping the Cyber Underworld. Really glad we could have the right expert on this story. Thanks for coming in.
My pleasure. Thank you.